afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Tuesday. Susan, the sun sure helped today, didn't it?
Boy, isn't it something? And have you noticed how much longer it's staying lighter?
Well, yeah, when I
days are... Go ahead.
When I leave the building here after 5 o'clock, it's still a little light out, and that has changed.
Yeah, it feels good. Feels like we're turning a corner in some ways.
I think we are. We'll get to the weather in just a bit. But first, here's what's making news on this Tuesday. We're learning more about the events leading up to the death of a newborn baby in Greene County.
Governor Evers is preparing to give a State of the State address under unique circumstances. Political reporter Amy Reed shares what to expect tonight.
And the House continues to prepare for a second impeachment proceeding against the president. But first at 4, a 16-year-old Albany boy has been charged with first-degree intentional homicide and hiding a corpse. The Greene County District Attorney's Office says Logan T. Kruckenberg Anderson will be charged as an adult in relation to the infant who was found dead this weekend.
Our Jamie Perez shares more on what we've learned today. Jamie?
We've learned that Kruckenberg Anderson is currently being held at the Rock County Juvenile Detention Center, where he will likely be staying for the duration of this case. A judge set his bond at $1 million cash just a couple of hours ago. Now, according to the criminal complaint that we reviewed, the young teenage mother gave birth to the baby in her bathtub on January 5th. Then on January 9th, the mother's family reported the baby missing, telling police that Kruckenberg Anderson took the child and had not been seen since. He admitted to investigators that he took the baby into the woods, covered it with snow, and shot the baby twice in the head. He faces life in prison if he's convicted. Now, the preliminary hearing is set for the 20th at 10:30 a.m., and I will have more details from this criminal complaint coming up for you tonight on News 3 Now at 5 and 6.
We will see you then. Jamie, thank you. The FBI is warning of armed protests planned at all 50 state capitals leading up to Inauguration Day. The warning comes as the acting Homeland Security Secretary steps down. The abrupt resignation of Chad Wolf is drawing sharp criticism from security experts. Wolf's resignation comes less than a week after he pledged to remain in office, and as the FBI warns of those protests leading up to the inauguration. This morning, Michigan's Attorney General tweeted that the state capitol in Lansing is not safe.
The resignation of the Homeland Security Secretary 9 days before a national security special event that he himself is responsible for is both disgraceful and irresponsible.
10,000 National Guard troops are already in D.C. or on their way, and that number could go up to 15,000. President Trump approved D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser's request for an emergency declaration. She is urging people to stay home. President-elect Joe Biden says he is still planning to take the oath of office on the west front of the Capitol.
Today, President Trump made his first public appearance since last week's deadly Capitol riot. He visited Texas to view a portion of the border wall. Meanwhile, the House is considering 2 measures that call for the president's removal from office. And breaking this afternoon, the New York Times is reporting Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell believes President Trump committed impeachable offenses and is happy the Democrats are impeaching him. Skylar Henry is on Capitol Hill with more.
I think it's causing tremendous danger to our country.
President Trump is lashing out at congressional Democrats as they prepare an impeachment vote on charges of inciting last week's assault on the Capitol.
It's been analyzed, and people thought that what I said was totally appropriate.
On Capitol Hill, House lawmakers began consideration of a resolution asking Vice President Mike Pence to invoke the 25th Amendment to remove the president from office.
Our nation, our democracy, and our freedom cannot risk another day of the Trump presidency.
I think this resolution is misguided and inappropriate for the legislative branch to pursue.
Democratic Congresswoman Norma Torres described an emotional call with her son during the hours-long riot. 5 people died, including 1 Capitol police officer who was viciously attacked.
All I could say, sweetheart, I'm okay. I'm running for my life.
Senior officials tell CBS News the vice president is unlikely to invoke the 25th Amendment, setting a stage for a full House impeachment vote as early as Wednesday. Some House Republicans are instead calling for the less severe step of censuring President Trump, which would not result in his removal from office.
The authorities have seen online desires to come back to Washington and to go to other places to cause more trouble and more violence.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is calling for known rioters to be placed on the no-fly list. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And at least 10 Capitol police officers are under investigation in connection to last week's assault, including one who was seen posing for selfies with rioters. A law enforcement source says the FBI has warned police agencies in all 50 states that armed groups could be planning to storm federal, state, and local courthouses if the president is removed from office.
A Wisconsin man has been arrested in connection to violence at the U.S. Capitol. Kevin Daniel Loftus of the Eau Claire area appeared in federal court in Madison this afternoon after being arrested in Eau Claire earlier today. He's facing 2 charges related to the January 6th violence at the Capitol. The charges have been filed by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia. The rest of his court proceedings will be held within D.C. court. He is out on a signed conditional release.
All streets are reopened after police determined the device was not a bomb. Just before 1 o'clock this afternoon, Madison police officers closed streets near Regent, Brooks, and Mill Streets. That's near a group of SSM Health and UW Health buildings. Someone called in after finding a device they believed could be a bomb. The scene was quickly cleared after the device was found not to be a threat to anyone. Governor Tony Evers is dedicating his State of the State address tonight to the more than 5,000 people who have died of coronavirus and their families.
Our Amy Reed joins us live to explain what else we're expecting tonight from the governor. Amy?
Well, there's no shortage of material for the governor tonight. 2020 was a very historic year. His office sent us a few excerpts of the speech, and he plans to address just how differently we're looking back on this time last year. We stood in front of a crowded assembly chamber and talked about goals like a nonpartisan redistricting commission and rural and agriculture blue ribbon committees. Shortly after his speech last year, we had the first case of coronavirus in the state, and after that, it was all anyone could talk about. Now he'll deliver his speech virtually, though Republicans still plan to go in person. And while much of his speech will talk about how the state has responded to this pandemic, there's a lot else he could touch on, especially following the events of last week. We'll be streaming the speech tonight on channel3000.com, and we'll bring you the highlights tonight at 10.
All right, Amy, we'll see you then. Thank you. Let's take a look outside on this sunny day. Boy, this is a beautiful shot of a cardinal on Madison's west side. Not bad for January. Gary Canulti is here now with the details of maybe some precip coming our way.
Yeah, on Thursday. Boy, it's nice to see a cardinal this time of year. I guess it means spring's right around the corner. Well, we'll take a look at visible cloud track, and you can see how low clouds have hung in across eastern Wisconsin, but they cleared out from Madison westward, giving us some sunshine. But the next batch of clouds already starting to form to the north and west. And also, because we've got temperatures above freezing, we've melted a little of the snow, we could see some patchy fog form. But right now, the Queen Bee Radio Skycam at Platteville showing clear skies over southwestern Wisconsin. Visibilities are at or above 10 miles for most of the area, but the closer you get to Lake Michigan, there is some fog there and also some low clouds that are limiting visibilities. Temperatures right now, mid-30s here in Madison, Monroe 32, Janesville 34, almost 40 in Boscobel, but these temperatures, as they start to cool later on tonight, will cause clouds to form and also some patchy fog. You can see temperatures dropping into the middle 20s by early tomorrow morning, and look for high temperatures tomorrow in the middle 30s with perhaps some sunshine mixed in with the clouds and a little bit of fog possible early in the morning. As we take a look at first warn traffic right now, there is an accident on the westbound Beltline just after Todd Drive, and that is slowing up traffic back to at least Park Street on the westbound commute. The eastbound Beltline looking okay right now. Travel time almost 20 minutes on the westbound Beltline, but only 15 minutes on the eastbound Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. Heading out of Madison, we have the normal travel times, 26 minutes to Janesville on I-3990, 17 minutes to Sauk City on US 12 from Middleton, and from downtown to Sun Prairie, it'll take you 18 minutes on East Washington Avenue and US 151. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. 3 more people have died from COVID-19 in Dane County. County health officials made that announcement this morning. That's part of 47 more people to lose their life to the virus in Wisconsin. Nearly 2,900 more people have tested positive for COVID-19 in the last day or so. Governor Evers says he will support a COVID-19 relief bill after it passed the Senate. The Republican-controlled Senate has passed a pared-down package this afternoon. It greatly alters a bill passed by the also Republican-controlled Assembly. Senators removed provisions prohibiting local health officials from ordering businesses closed for more than 2 weeks at a time. It also blocks mandatory vaccinations. The bill now heads back to the Assembly.
In the final press conference of Operation Warp Speed, Trump administration officials announced they're sending states all available doses of COVID-19 vaccine, practically doubling the supply. It's the same approach President-elect Joe Biden has also announced. Federal health officials are also asking states to start vaccinating people older than 65 and others at high risk. And with only about 9 million doses administered to date, they are warning states to pick up the pace or they'll get less vaccine.
This new system gives states a strong incentive to ensure that all vaccinations are being promptly reported.
Mass vaccination sites are popping up. Arizona officials say nearly 44,000 people have made appointments at the new State Farm Stadium site. It says another new variant is detected in Japan. Officials say it was discovered at an airport in 4 people arriving from Brazil. It's not clear how this variant differs from the main virus, but other new strains seem to be more infectious.
Wisconsin now has more than 600,000 allocated doses of the COVID-19 vaccine. More than half of those have been shipped to facilities, but still the number of vaccines administered is lagging. About 163,000 people have been given at least 1 dose of either vaccine. And while the state tries to figure out exactly who will be next in line to get a COVID vaccine in Group 1B, we do know that police and fire departments will definitely be in that phase. Many of our local firefighters have already been vaccinated. That includes Madison Fire because they also run EMS calls. Smaller, often volunteer fire departments, as well as police, will now get their chance in the coming days. The Columbus fire chief says his firefighters don't come into contact with potential COVID patients often, but getting vaccinated will help them to be able to train and meet in person, as well as be available for emergencies.
If we had that scenario where now we had a department meeting, we had 30-some people show up for the meeting, and then we find out later someone tested positive, and all of a sudden now we're talking a lot of people being quarantined, which, like I said, would put us out of business for maybe 14 days.
While Columbus firefighters will go to a local hospital to get their vaccines, it's likely Dane County Police and Fire Departments will get vaccinated at the Alliant Energy Center. This is the same way EMS employees have been getting drive-up vaccines for the last 2 weeks.
Madison and Dane County will receive an estimated combined $16 million for eviction prevention. City and county leaders are working to rush a federal aid package for rental assistance before January ends. The mayor says that 90% of the $16 million in aid will likely go directly to eviction relief, although she says the aid will only scratch the surface in addressing the need in the community.
We know that our communities of color have been hardest hit by the pandemic and the unemployment crisis, and I am committed to making sure that this aid gets to the people who need it the most.
City officials say they're anticipating even more funding to come once President-elect Biden takes office. The application process for receiving aid is set to begin the first week of February. Well, still to come at 4, 2021 isn't starting out quite like people had hoped.
Boy, that's an understatement, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't set goals for the new year. We'll get some advice from psychologist Shyla Murgain when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
People were afraid I was contagious. I felt gross.
It was kind of a shock after I started Cosentyx. 4 years clear.
Real people with psoriasis look and feel better with Cosentyx. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms. If your inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to, serious allergic reactions may occur. Learn more at Cosentyx.com.
The day after chemo might mean a trip back to the doctor's office, just for a shot. But why go back there when you can stay home? with Neulasta Onpro. Strong chemo can put you at risk of serious infection. In a key study, Neulasta reduced the risk of infection from 17% to 1%, a 94% decrease. Neulasta Onpro is designed to deliver Neulasta the day after chemo and is used by most patients today.
Neulasta is for certain cancer patients receiving strong chemotherapy. Do not take Neulasta if you're allergic to it, or Neupogen, filgrastim. An incomplete dose could increase infection risk. Ruptured spleen, sometimes fatal, as well as serious lung problems, allergic reactions, kidney injuries, and capillary leak syndrome have occurred. Report abdominal or shoulder tip pain, trouble breathing, or allergic reactions to your doctor right away. In patients with sickle cell disorders, serious, sometimes fatal crises can occur. The most common side effect is bone and muscle ache.
If you'd rather be home, ask your doctor about Neulasta Onpro. Pay no more than $5 per dose with copay card.
The forecast calls for a messy commute. The Ford lineup helps keep you in command. Intelligent four-wheel drive monitors traction, and a terrain management system adapts to road conditions at the turn of a knob, so you're ready to take on the elements with confidence. Power through the storm in a new Ford Explorer, now with 0% financing for 72 months, plus $4,250 bonus cash. See your Wisconsin dealer today.
I was picking the boys up after practice when they're like, can we get Quick Trip? Actually, that was my plan. What would Quick Trip's take-home meals being, as the Quick Trip lady says, freshly made and absolutely delicious. But opportunity knocked. I go, if you let Dad give you haircuts, and they say, deal. At Quick Trip, the boys are like spaghetti, chicken tenders, mac and cheese. After an easy dinner, it was time to pay the piper. Dad's like, who's next? A deal's a deal.
Quick Trip, we got you covered.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
The Badger men's basketball team returns to the court tonight against Michigan.
It's expected to be another great Big Ten showdown. The number 9 ranked Badgers go up against the number 7 Michigan Wolverines in Ann Arbor. The Badgers have played well against Michigan recently, taking 2 of the last 3 games against them. Tip-off just after 6 o'clock tonight. You can watch it over on ESPN. Chipotle Mexican Grill wants to boost its workforce.
The restaurant chain is holding its first national hiring event of 2021. The Coast to Coast Career Day is scheduled for Thursday. Chipotle's goal is to hire 15,000 members nationwide. Interviews will follow COVID-19 safety protocols, including social distancing and masks. Chipotle is requiring advanced online registration to reserve an interview time. More information can be found at People of Chipotle on Instagram. Well, in the wake of last week's assault on the Capitol, some of America's biggest corporations are distancing themselves from lawmakers.
Yeah, more than a dozen Fortune 500 companies have suspended political donations. At least one of them wants money back from the senators who claim that Joe Biden's election was a fraud. Hallmark Cards Company is asking for a refund from Republican Senator Josh Hawley and Roger Marshall, who received a combined $12,000. The company says that the senators' decision to vote to reject states' certified Electoral College results last week, quote, do not reflect our company's values. American Express told employees Monday they're withholding donations from lawmakers who voted to subvert the presidential election results and disrupt the peaceful transition of power.
It's sending a ripple effect across all these campaigns because Donald Trump is radioactive.
Leslie Sanchez is a Republican consultant and CBS News political analyst and said the corporate giving ban could hurt many GOP candidates. But Sanchez said that based on her conversations with top government relations executives, the giving ban is likely only temporary. On Wall Street, stocks recovered some of yesterday's losses. The Dow Industrials gained 60 points, closing at 31,068. The NASDAQ added 36, and the S&P 500 was up 1.5 points. Well, with the riots in Washington, COVID cases rising, in-person gatherings discouraged, and the vaccine not yet widely available, 2021 is starting off like no other year.
Yeah, despite all of that, UW Health distinguished psychologist Shyla Murgain says don't be discouraged and don't let it deter you from setting your sights on certain goals. Shyla joins us tonight with some important resolution-making strategies. Hi, Shyla, good to see you.
Happy New Year.
Good to see you. Happy New Year. Yes, so many people were so excited for 2020 to be over, only to be met with so much chaos in the world. And it's easy to feel buffeted about by all the turmoil and strife. And so setting goals is kind of like a North Star that we can steer by. And it's even important now to, if you haven't set those resolutions, to take some time to focus on what you want to achieve this upcoming year.
So you say it's good to keep them small and short-term, those goals.
Absolutely. There's so much uncertainty, and it's easy to start feeling stuck or hopeless. And so set small, short-term goals to give you a sense of control. In particular, think about what kind of self-care you need, how you can attend to your emotional fitness, so you're taking care of yourself emotionally, and do those simple, small, short-term things that is really within your grasp to focus on.
You have a fun acronym for us to remember, GEMS. What does GEMS stand for?
GEMS are goals of enjoyment and mastery. We feel much better for moving in the direction of those things that we value, that bring us joy, that sense of accomplishment. And so do simple things for enjoyment or pleasure, and also focus on things where you feel that oomph of accomplishment. Maybe you've made something, or maybe you accomplished a goal at work, or finally cleaned out that clutter in the closet. That sense of accomplishment will do wonders to give you a sense of joy and purpose this year.
Some people are suggesting that the 20s, the roaring 20s, could reflect the 1920s after the Spanish flu outbreak was resolved.
You know, Mark, I've been so fascinated by that. Yes, after the 1918 epidemic, the Roaring 20s, a time of tremendous creativity emerged. And people are predicting that to occur again after the pandemic ends. And so think about experimenting and exploring and get creative. Really think about a few things you can do throughout the year to really spark that innovation and creativity. It might be learning something new, or trying something you've never done, or accomplishing something on your bucket list.
Well, this year, all of that is probably more important than any other year. And you always like to give us an example of something we can do for mindfulness, regardless of what's going on. That's always a good practice.
Yeah, we really want to focus on being here now and cultivating calmness and peace. And I just want to share a brief 5 senses practice. Pick one sense, like maybe smell. Feel the aroma of something. I have an essential oil. Maybe it's tactile, like I have a smooth stone that could be a worry stone or calming stone. Maybe it's some food, like I have a little berry here. I could savor the taste. Or it could even be like a sound, like if I'm clinking this, or a bell, or even something to look at. I have here in my bowl that I use a lot, what are you grateful for? And that is often when I'm using sight, I'll have a little food and remember what I'm grateful for. So those moments of mindfulness really get us out of the worry and the doom and gloom and the fear into the moment, and reestablish a sense of safety and calm and connection with ourselves, with our surroundings, and with the present moment, where we can really have some peace, and we can be the peace the world is needing right now.
That is what we need. Well, we're only 12 days in, so hopefully this year will get better as we go along.
Yes, definitely. There's a lot of hope for the future.
Shyla, good to see you.
Thank you. Yeah,
thank you,
Shyla. Everyone.
Great to see you.
Still to come at 4, electric cars make up only a fraction of the vehicles on the road, but that is changing.
Electric cars are stealing the show at the Consumer Electronics Virtual Show this year. We'll find out more coming up after Gary's First Warn forecast.
If you suffer from painful varicose veins or embarrassing spider veins, Stoughton Hospital's Dr. Aaron Schwab can help make those unsightly veins disappear. Call today for your consultation. Stoughton Hospital, trusted care, close to home.
about 40% off lenses with purchase of a frame. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
Where can a healthier heart lead you? For people with heart failure taking Entresto, it may lead to a world of possibilities. Entresto is a heart failure medicine prescribed by most cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And with a healthier heart, there's no telling where life may take you. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or allospirin, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure. And trust your heart to Entresto.
Love lower than low prices? Then get more ways to save at Pick and Save, where you can find personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. All for prices that are lower than low. On food that's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
Dear Winter, I'm coming. My squad of 15 vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of my game, so you better bundle up. Toyota.
Get 0.9% APR for 60 months on a new 2021 RAV4 or lease a new 2021 Highlander Hybrid for $319 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
If you suffer from painful varicose veins or embarrassing spider veins, Stoughton Hospital's Dr. Aaron Schwab can help make those unsightly veins disappear. Call today for your consultation. Stoughton Hospital, trusted care, close to home.
Well, take a look at this. This is not how to tow a vehicle. A kind bystander with a truck offers to help free an SUV that hopped the curb in St. Louis and is now stuck. The problem is they failed to attach the chain to the frame and just wrapped it around the tire. As a result, the tire and a good part of the back half of the SUV rips right off, causing major damage. Thanks for the help, buddy. Isn't the way to do it, Gary.
Wasn't there a Leave It to Beaver episode? I seem to remember, you know, this is me going back into my 50s mode, but there was a Leave It to Beaver episode where they did that. I think it was Lumpy's car and caused a lot of damage to it, you know, just as a joke. So
I'll take your word for that.
They should have known better. Well, we've got one more nice day shaping up for tomorrow with some sunshine, or at least partial sunshine, highs in the middle 30s, but after that, the temperatures drop and our precipitation chances go up. More details in just a few minutes.
With Herzing University's Everywhere Classroom, you can earn a degree in today's hottest fields online. For a limited time, we'll waive your enrollment fee. See what your career can turn into. I'm possible at Herzing. Call or click today.
If your dry eye symptoms keep coming back, inflammation in your eye might be to blame.
Looks like a great day for achy, burning eyes.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Ha! These drops probably won't touch me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
What is that? Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief.
Oh.
Xiidra is the only FDA-approved treatment specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. One drop in each eye, twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort, or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Got any room in your eye?
Talk to an eye doctor about twice daily Xiidra.
I'd prefer you didn't.
Xiidra. Not today, dry eye.
Right now at Steinhafels, take your sleep to the next level with Tempur-Pedic's new Ergo Extend Smart Base powered by Sleep Tracker AI. Tempur Ergo Smart Base is designed to help you get the best night's sleep by automatically adjusting your position while you sleep to help reduce snoring. Queen Tempur-Pedic mattresses start at only $21.99 and get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Plus, get Steinhafels special financing and free delivery. Only at Steinhafels and Steinhafels.com.
Attention, have you or a loved one suffered from maculopathy, a serious retinal injury, after taking the prescription drug Almiron for interstitial cystitis or bladder pain syndrome? In 2018, a researcher at the Emory School of Medicine linked Almiron, a prescription drug that treats interstitial cystitis or bladder pain syndrome, to maculopathy, which is sight-threatening and can cause an abrupt change of vision. Call Almiron Justice for a free legal consultation.
Please call 800-395-6755.
Wipe the slate clean for 2020 and start on a lasting career at Herzing University. We'll even waive your enrollment fee. A new year, a new career. It's possible. I'm possible at Herzing. Call or click today.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, we had some sunshine today. That's different. We haven't had much of it over the last couple of weeks. Tomorrow probably won't have as much, but hopefully we'll have a little bit, and that'll get temperatures up into the middle 30s. First thing, though, because we've got temperatures a little bit above freezing, we're melting a little bit of the snow. That adds some moisture to the air as temperatures drop later on tonight. Probably see some patchy fog form overnight into tomorrow morning before we see it lift and get at least a little sunshine in here. Have some snow in the forecast. Now, we'll probably start out as a mix of precipitation, some light snow, some light rain, or even a little bit of light freezing rain on Thursday, but it'll change quickly over to light snow by Thursday evening. Could be looking at 1 to perhaps as much as 3 inches of accumulation on Thursday night. And then some snow showers or flurries Friday. It'll be seasonally cold through the weekend with high temperatures in the mid to upper 20s and some flurry chances, but nothing really major. Still widespread snow cover across most of the Midwest. The heaviest snow, at least in our area, is south of Madison and then up in northwestern Wisconsin. You can start to see a few patches over western Iowa where much of the snow is gone, but temperatures right now are in the 20s and 30s over our part of the Midwest. Farther out to the west, they're in the 40s. That's why the snow is melting a little more quickly there. But we're also seeing some light fog. Northwestern Wisconsin, 4-mile visibility at Marshfield, 5-mile visibility in Eau Claire, and then also a little bit of light fog in eastern Wisconsin into parts of Michigan. So we'll see that fog probably expand a little bit overnight. As we look at future track, notice the clouds thickening up tonight, and we'll see the widespread fog. Tomorrow, hopefully a little bit of sunshine mixed in there. And then here comes the system on Thursday. Now, it starts out as a mixture of rain, snow, and maybe a little light freezing rain, but it'll quickly transition over to some light snow by Thursday evening and then continue into Thursday night. And then the back part of the storm could come in with some snow showers or flurries on Friday, and temperatures will be back into the 20s. As far as snowfall amounts from the future track computer models, maybe around 1 inch near the Illinois state line, maybe 2 to 3 inches up toward the Dells. And there could be a little bit of light freezing rain, but you can see the amounts are very, very small. So I'm not expecting any widespread icing, but that could just add to the slippery road surfaces. Notice the mild weather pattern right now with temperatures pretty mild to our west, but by Thursday, notice how things start to change. We got the jet stream dropping in. That will allow the colder air to start moving in, and it looks like the bulk of the cold air will be over us for the weekend and into much of next week, but we don't have the bitterly cold air. That's still staying up in central Canada, so we're just getting pieces of the cold air, and that will hopefully keep our temperatures from getting too cold. But there's a procession of storm systems across the Pacific Ocean heading in our direction, so again, that could lead to a little more active weather pattern, especially as we head into the early part of next week as well. For tomorrow, high of 36, maybe some patchy fog in the morning, otherwise variably cloudy skies. 7 to 10 day forecast, that mix of precipitation on Thursday, changing to some light snow Thursday night with some minor accumulations. Snow showers or flurries Friday, flurries on Saturday, and then almost a daily chance for flurries, but any given day, just a few flurries at that. Mid-20s for highs early next week, mid-20s by the middle of the week, another shot of cold air toward the end of the week. As long as we keep away from the major storms, I think we'll be okay.
January in Wisconsin. All right, Gary, thank you. Electric vehicles only make up about 3% of global sales.
But that could soon be changing. Nancy Chin explains.
Welcome to CES and to GM's Exhibit 0.
General Motors CEO Mary Barra used the keynote address at CES to unveil GM's plan for e-Power, which will eventually include self-driving cars and even flying vehicles.
This moment will prove to be an inflection point. The moment when our world's reliance on gas and diesel-powered vehicles will begin transitioning to an all-electric future.
GM, which recently revealed a new logo, will release 30 new electric vehicles by 2025. The e-powered GMC Hummer comes out later this year, capable of going 350 miles on a charge and 0 to 60 in just 3 seconds. The Cadillac Lyriq is expected in 2022 and features a high-tech interior with a heads-up display. The SUV also comes with Super Cruise, allowing drivers to let go of the wheel under certain conditions. Down the road, GM expects completely autonomous vehicles and drone-like machines that can soar above traffic.
We're definitely seeing a big trend toward electrification.
Seen at roadshows, Tim Stevens says all major automakers are adding electric cars to their lineup. Smaller companies like Sono are offering unique alternatives, including this car that uses built-in solar cells to charge.
There's the belief that consumers will start to get on board the EV bandwagon. It's been a little bit slow, but that ultimately that will pick up and that the majority of consumers will want EVs within the next 5 or 10 years.
GM is also developing green delivery trucks for Fedex. The company believes its $27 billion electric investment will power new profits. Nancy Chen, CBS News, New York.
And GM is also working on new batteries that can allow vehicles to travel up to 450 miles on a single charge.
And that is a key, that's for sure. All right, we'll be right back.
Have you heard? Tempur-Pedic sleep is better sleep.
With innovative memory foam developed by NASA, Tempur-Pedic mattresses reduce motion transfer,
Which means less tossing and turning so you can sleep undisturbed through the night.
but which Tempur-Pedic is right for you? Come to Denver Mattress and test for yourself. Let our expert sales staff guide you to your perfect Tempur-Pedic.
And right now, get a free Furniture Row gift certificate when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic.
Shop Denver Mattress today, your Tempur-Pedic elite retailer.
These are real people, not actors, who've got their eczema under control. With less eczema, you can show more skin. So roll up those sleeves and help heal your skin from within with Dupixent. Dupixent is the first treatment of its kind that continuously treats moderate to severe eczema or atopic dermatitis, even between flare-ups. Dupixent is a biologic and not a cream or steroid. Many people taking Dupixent saw clear or almost clear skin and had significantly less itch. Don't use if you're allergic to Dupixent. Serious allergic reactions can occur, including anaphylaxis, which is severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, or a parasitic infection. If you take asthma medicines, don't change or stop them without talking to your doctor. So help heal your skin from within and talk to your eczema specialist about Dupixent. If your financial situation has changed, we may be able to help.
For a messy commute. The Ford lineup helps keep you in command. Intelligent four-wheel drive monitors traction, and a terrain management system adapts to road conditions at the turn of a knob, so you're ready to take on the elements with confidence. Power through the storm in a new Ford Explorer, now with 0% financing for 72 months, plus $4,250 bonus cash. See your Wisconsin dealer today.
Tonight at 5, health officials are expanding who is eligible to get a COVID vaccine. We'll tell you who is next in line in the state of Wisconsin. That's ahead at 5.
Some patchy fog is possible tonight into Wednesday morning. Otherwise, expect a pleasant day tomorrow. A mix of light rain, freezing rain, and snow is possible Thursday. My forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, the Madison Police Department sets a new requirement for mental health and wellness checks. We'll have more on the new partnership making it happen. That's ahead at 6. look at downtown Madison on this Tuesday. The sun's still out a little bit. Not a bad January day, that's for sure. Well, growing a business during a pandemic isn't easy. A California woman is determined to fulfill her mission of mentoring girls all over the world.
Nichelle Medina looks at how her growing online community is building lasting friendships and inspiring the next generation.
Every time Kaylee Breyer logs on, she has hopes of changing young lives.
Let's give a big welcome to all the new queens in 3, 2, 1. Welcome!
She created Kaylee's Queens, a community for 9 to 15-year-old girls to meet and connect through events like baking, fitness, and crafts.
When I was at that age, boys were calling me names. I wasn't included in groups at school, and I felt like I wasn't enough, and now I know I am.
With a degree in engineering, the 22-year-old realized supporting girls is her true calling. She first launched in-person events to help kids deal with the pressure of perfection from social media. When the pandemic hit, she went online, a move that opened the events to girls in other countries and more than tripled business.
Talk about body image, self-confidence, self-love, how to speak to yourself, how to treat yourself.
I'll mix and you pour the butter.
9-year-old Brielle Lopez looks forward to the sessions every week. She's blossomed and has formed friendships at a time when hanging out with friends is nearly impossible.
We can share what's happening, what's going on, all the drama. We can share the world together with our friends.
I've noticed she's gained more confidence. She's very happy.
Building confidence is an important aspect of Kaylee's business model, but she's also passionate about inspiring future female entrepreneurs, offering a Shark Tank class where girls can build their own business and help others.
I really hope they can spread the confidence and the positivity they gain here, because it is really needed in the world right now.
Lessons in life to inspire, empower, and connect the next generation. Nichelle Medina, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Kaylee's Queens offers a variety of monthly classes and virtual camps.
And some of the events are free. For more information, go to www.kayleesqueens.com. Well, the world is waiting to get the COVID vaccine. Why is it taking so long?
UW Health's Dr. Jeff Potoff is coming up next to offer some insight and when we can expect widespread vaccinations. We'll talk about that coming up next on Live at 4.
The New Year's Super Sale at Denver Mattress has been extended, so you can still save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Score free shipping right to your doorstep. Plus, 5 years, no interest financing. Hurry! The extended New Year's Super Sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
The ups and downs of frequent mood swings can take you to deep depressive lows, or give you unusually high energy, even when depressed. Overwhelmed by bipolar 1? Ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar effectively treats depression, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Full spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms with just one pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. High cholesterol and weight gain, high blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, may occur. Movement dysfunction, sleepiness, and stomach issues are common side effects. When bipolar 1 overwhelms, Vraylar helps smooth the ups and downs.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there's now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I've experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
In a moment, it's all gone. Your job,
your car, and if you're not careful, your entire future. When you're seriously injured in an accident, call a powerful law firm and find out what your case may really be worth. Put a law firm with experience and resources on your side.
I called Hupy and Abraham.
Get every dollar you may deserve.
They got me more than I expected.
A whole lot more.
Call Hupy and Abraham. Tell them you mean business.
The New Year's Super Sale at Denver Mattress has been extended, so you can still save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Score free shipping right to your doorstep. Plus, 5 years, no interest financing. Hurry! The extended New Year's Super Sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
Well, some good news. That accident on the westbound Beltline looks like it's cleared up. Traffic moving pretty steadily in both directions on the Beltline, as well as I-39, 90, 94 to the east of Madison. South of Madison, not seeing any major problems on I-39, 90 down to the Illinois state line, I-94 toward Milwaukee or US 12 into southeastern Wisconsin. And north of Madison, traffic moving at the posted speed limits. Looks like a road closure on US 51 because of an accident there, but that is off the interstate. That is your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. A British auction house thinks this car is worth up to $9.5 million. It's a 1937 Bugatti Type 57S. The auction house says the car is in exceptional condition because its late owner was an engineer. Bill Turnbull bought it in 1969 and quietly restored it until his death last year. The car goes on the auction block next month. That is a beauty. Well, Wisconsin's vaccine rollout has been slower than several other states.
So when will you get the vaccine? That's what a lot of people want to know, and it's one of the many questions we're asking UW Health's Chief Quality Officer, Dr. Jeff Potoff, this afternoon. Hi, Dr. Potoff. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Hi, good afternoon, guys.
Good to see you. So why has Wisconsin's rollout of the vaccine been so slow?
Yeah, I wish there was a single word answer, but I think it's complex. There's complexities in the vaccine getting to the state, but then once in the state, distribution to the different health systems, pharmacies, and this balance between wanting to make sure that we're strategic in who administers it, but then making sure that there's enough people that can get it administered, that we can really fill those vaccine appointments up. Part of it is also probably just sheer resources. The number of people and sites that we need to vaccinate the entire state is really large.
The CDC announced today they're going to release all the vaccines now to the public. They're not going to ration them out, which is what President-elect Biden wanted to do. That should help the situation.
I think so. I think early on, the biggest concern was that if we did that, then we wouldn't have second doses of vaccines available when those people hit their 28-day mark. If we think the supply chain in making vaccines is robust enough, it would make some sense to loosen that up, get all the vaccine out there, if you felt confident that when those people need their second dose, that second dose is available.
And when it is your turn to get the vaccine, once you have the vaccine, are you essentially bulletproof? Can you resume normal life and not have any worries about getting infected? Does it work like that?
Yeah, really only for the last person that gets vaccinated. For the rest of us, what we don't know about the vaccine yet is if you have the vaccine, are you still able to pass the virus on to other people? That's a question that we're answering right now. So if you took all the healthcare workers and you said, don't worry about it, we might be safe. There's good evidence that says we won't get sick, but we might actually be able to spread it to other people and they could get sick. So not bulletproof at this point. Once enough people get vaccinated, getting closer to bulletproof.
New cases are out of control in Los Angeles County, while Wisconsin numbers seem to have stabilized somewhat. What's going on?
Yeah, good question. Things are absolutely out of control out on the West Coast. Really some dire circumstances out there. Here in Wisconsin, thankfully, we are a little bit luckier. We haven't seen big cases since the Christmas holiday. There's a couple days there where trends look like maybe they're going to go up. They've settled down a little bit. So, we don't know all the reasons, but part of the reason has to be people taking public health guidance to heart, not having those big Christmas or New Year celebrations, wearing their masks, doing what they need to do to be part of the solution.
Do you think the arrival of the vaccines is giving some people false confidence that we're further along in beating this than we really are?
We worry about that. We worry that, with vaccines being administered, two things. One, people who get the vaccine may think, the day that they get the shot, they're good to go. And we know that's not true. You need that second dose, and then about a week after that second dose, you're immunized. And then people who aren't in line for the vaccine, it just seems so imminent that the pandemic's over. You might have a tendency to kind of let your guard down, to say, you know what, I can start doing the things that I want to do. I want to get back to normal. Right now, that would be a mistake. We're not out of the woods yet.
How are you going to be notified when it's your turn?
Yeah, I think you'll see announcements on the media, but for those people who do have affiliation with health systems, we have electronic programs. UW Health has My Chart. We would use that as a way to message all the people who are affiliated with the UW Health system. You would see that with other health systems, and then I think public health would have ways to get a hold of or make available to the public who doesn't have those options, that vaccines are available. Here's how you go get them.
You know, Gary Canalti was just telling us that his sense of taste still has not come back. Are you hearing things like that from patients?
Right, I am. When I'm in the emergency department, I am hearing that is something that a lot of people are saying persists for a long time. That sense of taste. Food doesn't taste good. Sometimes smell also. And, you know, they ask me, when is it going to come back? And, you know, right now, we just don't know. You know, this virus is still only about a year old. So we'll have to wait and see, but hopeful that those folks who can't taste things very well right now have that come back.
Just have some patience for the vaccine, and in the meantime, keep your masks on. Doctor, thanks for being with us. Sure. Great to see you again.
Thank you for your time, Dr. Pothoff. We appreciate it.
Great.
Well, the final check of your forecast coming up.
We roll playback. 3.
Habitat for Humanity of Dane County continues to help hardworking families attain homeownership. By providing financial coaching, homeowners can manage their mortgage and other finances while building stability for their family. Strengthen our community. Support Habitat Dane County.
Every new smile starts at Aspen Dental with custom-crafted dentures made in our on-site labs and ready in as little as a day. We give you unparalleled safety at every visit, natural-looking results you'll love, and options for every budget. Now during our Everyday Smiles event, get new dentures for as low as $29 per month per arch with 60 months financing. Find every reason to smile every day at Aspen Dental. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL or book today at aspendental.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection is here 24 hours a day.
7 days a week for all your residential and commercial plumbing services.
From installation, repairs, and maintenance to complete sewer and drain cleaning, we've got you covered.
Visit MononaPFP.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
One of the worst things about a cold sore is how it can make you feel. But when used at the first sign, Abreva can get you back to being you in just 2.5 days. Be kinder to yourself and tougher on your cold sores.
When the chapstick goes on, it's on. Get yours on at chapstick.com.
Hey folks, with Madison schools staying virtual, that means sports are also on hold.
Wednesday morning, we'll share ways student athletes can stay sharp. Join us from 4:30 to 7 for News 3 Now this morning.
Bone chilling, backbreaking, breathtaking. Winter weather can be a lot of things, but it should never be a surprise. Watch News 3 Now for an accurate forecast you can trust day in and day out. And when safety is an issue, you'll hear about it first and fast. First Warn Weather, always reliable so you can plan your life. The race to vaccinate is on. But like so many other states, Wisconsin's lagging behind. What's the holdup? News 3 Now breaks down the local vaccination chain and why you may have to wait a bit longer to roll up your sleeve. Thursday at 10.
Well, there's live view from the Edgewater Sky Cam. It's too bad we can't keep the sun up a little bit longer, but this time of year, of course, it goes down about this time. Visibility right now, a little bit lower in eastern Wisconsin, starting to see some light fog develop there, and also out to the west in parts of Minnesota and Iowa. Eventually, we'll see patchy fog overnight into tomorrow morning. Temperatures are above freezing from Madison westward. To the east, they're in the 20s, where the fog is a little more prevalent. Madison right now, 34, but Boscobel, 39, Janesville down to 30. And as we look at the day planner for tomorrow, look for a high of 36 degrees. Again, there could be some patchy fog overnight into tomorrow morning, and then look for some mixed precipitation Thursday, maybe 1 to 3 inches of snow on Thursday night, and then colder weather as we head through the weekend and through much of next week, but seasonably cold. Don't see any big, bitterly cold air outbreaks, nor any big storms either.
All right, that's good. Thank you, Gary. Tomorrow on Live at 4, we'll talk with a UW professor about the implications of another presidential impeachment. And our vegan chef is along with her new cookbook. You might want to give vegan cooking a try. That's tomorrow on Live at 4.